Many realtors and investors have been asking me, how do I get a chatbot on my website? In this short video, I'm going to show you how with ManyChat, my favorite chatbot system. Hello, I am Smarty and welcome to my ProEdge channel. And as you can notice, I don't have my normal background image that I have for my studio. Earlier in the week, my wife and I just went under contract with our house out in the suburbs, and we are moving into Center City, Philadelphia. So I'm in my new apartment. It may be a little echoey here. I will be building out my studio shortly here at my new digs. So bear with me. What I want to show you in this video is I'm going to log into ManyChat and I'm going to show how to set up your welcome message for your chat on your website and then how to redirect them from that welcome message. And then we'll place it right on a website. Now I'm with EXP, so I use KV Core. So in this example, I will show how to set it up on a KV Core website. But this is applicable for any website, whether you're using Carrot as an investor, you're using Wix or WordPress or any of the website builders out there. They all are capable of having a chat on that website. So let's dive into ManyChat and let me show you exactly how to set up the flow to place that chat right on your website so that you engage people when they come to visit your site. Okay, so to place the chatbot on your website, we need to head into ManyChat here on the dashboard and go over here to flows under automations. Now, in the flow builder, you basically, if you're new to ManyChat, a flow is a conversation that is going to take somebody through a process. You could design your own specifically for a website, and maybe you have multiple websites. I'm an investor and a realtor, so I could have a website chat for my investor page and one for my realtor page that have totally different conversations. So you'll create a flow and then create the dialogue that you want to use. Up here in the top right is a new flow, and you start creating from scratch. To save time on this video, I'm going to go into my ProEdge chatbot package. I have a link below if you want more details. I have a flow here that's on my existing website, and I'm going to show you the end result on my website, but also show you how to put it on your CRM. In my case, it's KV Core, so I'll take you through start to finish. So if I look at my web chat package, and I just do an edit here just for a second so we could take a look at it. In fact, I'm going to delete this guy. Basically, it's a very simple flow. In the very beginning, I've created a step here, and I'm going to show you how to set that up. That's the starting step from the web chat. And then the very first message, when they first come in here, it's going to call them by name. It'll say, hi, first name. I hope you're having an amazing day. Thank you for checking in with us. So you personalize it right when they come to the website. And thanks to Facebook, it already knows their name. You could also personalize it further by putting your own data in. You could either manually type it in on ChatBot, so-and-so's automated assistant, or what you see here is these blue boxes. In my ProEdge package, I use a lot of bot fields. So a place for you to enter your bot name and your first name. That's stored in the system. So throughout all my flows, I always reference the bot. It's always best practice to let them know they are talking to a chatbot. That's why I introduced the chatbot here. And then it pops over here, it waits 2 seconds, and then it presents the web menu. So in the chatbot experience, you can make this whatever you want. For my preference, I'm with EXP, I have the logo, and then our company, ProEdge Realty Group, is a team here to serve you. Let's get started. How can we help you? And then I give them a series of buttons here that is going to drive them to different flows in my package. So whether they're buying and selling a home, they want to contact me, and on the contact me, I have a link to Calendly. I'll have a link up above with a video I did last week on how to connect the Calendly automated scheduling to the chatbot so people can put time on their calendar, and then learn about us. So now let's jump over and look at the actual code of how to set up, get the code necessary to put it on the website to set up the chatbot on that website. So you click on the starting step, and in ManyChat, every flow has a starting step. The starting step is going to have a trigger. And in ManyChat, if I click on that trigger, they literally have about a dozen or two different triggers that you could use to get somebody inside this flow. So I could have a URL or a keyword on Facebook, or I could do things like a QR code or a ref URL. What I'm going to use here is the customer chat. So that's the widget you're going to use. I already have it set up, so I'll show you mine. The first thing is up in the top, in the green, light green area of each widget. We call these starter widgets. You can give it a name. If you don't give it a name, it'll just be some that doesn't mean anything to you in a naming convention. I like to name them because on the audiences, when people come into the chatbot, there'll be a reference of how did they get into the chatbot? Did they come in from a URL? Did they come in from a Facebook ad? Were they on your Facebook page? Did they come in from the website? Or scan the QR code on a digital bandit sign. You always want to label these appropriately so you know where these leads are coming in from. Now, on the setup, on the configuration here, you're going to be installing what's called JavaScript code or a snippet of code. Good thing is you don't have to be a developer. ManyChat generates the code for you. You just need to paste it on your website, and I'm going to show you how I did it on my website. If you don't manage your website, you have a website administrator, you can copy this code, email it to them and say, put this on my website for me, and you're good to go. The next thing on here, before I show you the code, is the guest mode. Facebook recently added a guest mode capability. What this means is when they come into the chatbot, normally a chatbot's going to be tied to Messenger. It'll know who the person is. Say, hey, Mary, how you doing? Facebook, because of compliance reasons, they wanted to introduce this guest mode. So if somebody doesn't want to be recognized, they can click on the guest access, and then the bot won't know their name, but they can start talking to the chatbot and through Messenger that way. That is a setting here, and ManyChat gives you a link here to your Facebook page. You can either turn that guest mode on or off. So that's up to you how you want to handle that. Further down on the configuration with the chatbot, you can decide what pages you want to hide the chatbot from. So if you have a website that has multiple pages, maybe you only want it on the main page, you can hide the other pages here. And you put in the URL and then the page name, pasting them in here so it knows not to put it on those pages. You could also say only show on these pages. So in the inverse, don't show it on these pages. You could say only show it on these pages. Now in ManyChat, you could also control the color. This is the color of the button of the chat itself in the chat window. I like to marry that with the color scheme of my website so it's a seamlessly looking experience. You can grab your color code. I'm with EXP, that's the EXP blue. You could either type in that number, or if you just want to select a color from the palette, that's up to you. Further down here, you could have a greeting message. You could identify where this chat shows up. Is it only on the desktop on your website, or if they access your website from a mobile? I like to do it on both. That's why I have it set to both. So whether they hit my website on the mobile phone or an iPad, or they're on the website, they're going to have that chat experience. You also can say when seen, first seen is when the person first comes to your website. You just want to have a little bubble in the bottom right where the person has to engage the chat and start talking, or do you want it to open automatically in the window? And you could say delay after. You could put in a little timer, so I would say 5 seconds. So maybe it starts small, and then after 5 seconds, it pops up and says, "Hi, Mary, how can I help you?" So that's what this will do here. So that's the setup. Now let me go back up here to the code. If I click on install code, the first step is you're going to identify what websites you're going to put the code on. You have to make ManyChat aware of those websites so it knows how to react. You literally just take your website, paste the URL right here, and hit add. ManyChat will add 2 versions of it, one with the www, one without it, is how they brand it here. And then when you're done, you hit next. But I'll also point out here is you can have as many websites as you want, have this chat appear. So if you have an investor website and a realtor website, you're using the same chat, you can copy this code, put it on both websites, and that chat experience will show up. If you're going to have different web chat experiences, as I mentioned earlier, one for an investor and realtor, then each one will just be pointing to their specific websites here in the model. I hit next, and then over here is the piece of code. So I'm going to hit copy code to the clipboard, and it's copying this code here. Now, if I'm not the web designer, if you don't design your own websites, you have an administrator do it, you can shoot this off to the web administrator. And what you're going to tell them is to place the code in the head of every website. So in the header section of every website, unless that website has a chat component, already built in, you're going to just paste this code in the header section, save, and publish, and now you have that chatbot on the website. So I'm going to hit finish. So let me hop over very quickly to the back end of KV Core. Here at EXP, we use KV Core as our CRM. We get it for free. It's a very expensive CRM, but as one of the benefits of our company is we get it as part of our tech stack. What you're going to do is you're going to come over here to Web IDX. Now this works with all the different websites. This happens to be KV Core. Myself, I had a Wix website for years. I've used ClickFunnels. I've used Carrot before. You may use WordPress. Whatever website you're using, those typically have a capability to put a chat on that website. So you're going to go into those sites. You're going to look for the header section. They're typically in the back end of the website, and you can paste that code in that section. Here at KV Core, it's Web IDX. We're going to edit the settings. And then all the way down towards the bottom of the settings, you're going to look for the section that has the body and the footer sections. So here they are right here. So right here, you have custom header. This is where I put my Facebook pixels. I have another video showing how to put pixels on your website in order to retarget people. So take a look at that video. Down below, in the case of KV Core, they have a custom widget section. So this is where I paste the ManyChat snippet of code, and then I hit save. And that's it. Very, very easy. In a few short steps, you have a flow. You add the starting step, you grab the code, you paste it on your website, and you're ready to rock and roll. So let's head over to my website. So this is the front end of the website where somebody visits a buyer or seller that wants to get a market evaluation or search for homes. This is tied to my IDX or the MLS, so they can actually search for those homes. So over in here on the website, on the bottom right, you'll see the chat window. And when I click on the chat window, I now get that nice message. Hope you're having a nice day. What can we do to serve you? And then they have the option to say they want to buy or sell something, they want to contact me, or learn about us. So that's it. Very easy way. You'll have an interactive chatbot experience on your websites for getting leads. And this is what this channel is all about, helping realtors and investors get leads, and more importantly, close those leads into commissionable checks or deals as an investor. So we make this the best decade ever. I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks.